What is the devil tree if we're talking about devil fruits? We know that the Oro Jackson and the Sunny were made from Adam wood. However, we don't know what this tree looks like or where it is. Adam is called the hardest, highest quality wood in the world. It's extremely rare and considered a valuable treasure, sold in the underworld at an incredibly high price. Frankie only managed to buy a small amount, but it cost 200 million berries, a huge fortune, not something to joke about. On Elbaf, we see a giant tree with branches hanging down. You've probably guessed what tree this is. These hanging branches are the wood that Frankie bought on the black market. Luffy's next journey to Elbaf isn't just about the Adam Tree, but also about the giants, and more importantly, their worship of the sun god. What is this sun god? In this video, we'll analyze the data I've researched. These revelations won't disappoint you before you watch the Elbaf arc. The One Piece world didn't begin 900 years ago, but millions of years earlier. Dinosaurs ruled this world long ago, as revealed by Queen the Plague. The animal kings ruled the world for over 100 million years, meaning the ancient era and before. Humans weren't the dominant species then. It wasn't until the dinosaurs went extinct that humans, with their evolution and intelligence, became the world's masters. According to scientific research, an asteroid impact off the coast of Mexico at the end of the Cretaceous period, 66 million years ago, is believed to be the cause of all dinosaur extinctions. Another confirmed cause from the research group suggests that the onset of winter led to the extinction of dinosaurs' habitats worldwide. When winter came, large species like dinosaurs had no shelter, which also happened to giants. We see that their size is no different from dinosaurs. An ancient giant like Ors was 67 meters tall and died at 159 years old, but this was only his adult age. Gecko Moria found Or's body on a winter island, frozen, showing how climate affected giants, leading to their declining numbers. Another interesting piece of data is from Punk Hazard, where the imprisoned giants were also frozen for research over time. Ice and winter are what killed ancient giant creatures millions of years ago until now, with very few individuals surviving. But the giants still found a miraculous way to survive until today, based on an annual festival they hold called the Winter Solstice Festival. Specifically, this holiday is to commemorate the death and rebirth of the sun god. It is said that the warmth of the sun will return to end winter. Just as millions of years ago, their ancestors were frozen but thawed and continued to live until today, thanks to the warmth from the sun. It's also understood as rebirth. Without the sun to melt the ice, death would be inevitable. Don't forget that the giant Sol was also frozen by Kuzan's power, which is the third piece of data showing that giants often get frozen to death. If Sol hadn't been lucky enough to be thawed by the heat of the fire at Ohara, his body wouldn't have been able to carry Ohara's will to Elbaf, which was then inherited by Dr. Vegapunk. The heat of fire is also like the sun. Pandora, a soul created by Big Mom from fire, after the flames of the fire gathered together, created a sun right on Elbaf's territory. This shows that the sun is something extremely important to giants. The sun warms them and brings rebirth after a cold winter. Strangely, the sun god they always worship resembles the image of Nika from the Gum Gum fruit. Dory and Brogy confirmed this when they saw Luffy transform to look like the sun god they had worshipped. Don't forget that the robot Emeth and Zunisha also confirmed that Luffy looks exactly like Joy Boy from 800 years ago. This proves that the one who rescued the giants was Joy Boy, no one else. Perhaps at some point more than 800 years ago, with the firepower of the Nika God Devil fruit, Joy Boy saved the giants from the cold winter, helping them escape being frozen and reborn. Through Luffy, we see that the Rubber Man's inner nature is a flame. Luffy uses a technique called Red to release a flame with tremendous heat. Although it's called a move mimicking Ace, it's clear that the nature of the devil fruit Luffy ate contains fire, which is why he can release flames. From there, Joy Boy and the giants became friends. The giants are quite naive, like little people. They believe Joy Boy is the hero, the god who helped their race, leading to that worship. Why are giants easily deceived? Remember Camel. She was a witch trafficking people in connection with the government. With just a few tricks, she became the mother sent to help the members of the giant pirate gang who were about to be executed. They believed her and returned to Elbaf to live, allowing Camel to do as she pleased, raising giants to sell to the world government as marines. Yet the giants still didn't know, still trusted her absolutely, and didn't suspect anything about the disappearance of others. Or the case of Kashi and Oimo, they were easily tricked into becoming guards for Eni's lobby. This is enough to understand that their intelligence almost goes against their physical strength and inherent courage. Although it hasn't been confirmed how long ancient giants lived, it must be much longer than a normal giant. The two former captains of the giant pirate gang, Zarul and Zorul, lived up to 345 years, so an ancient giant would have a lifespan of at least 500 years. We're talking about the giants of Elbaf. They have very high physical strength and longevity. Each person is trained from childhood to become a skilled warrior. Hadrudin is proof of this. In Big Mom's flashback, he constantly trained his strength, and it is the basic principle of existence for a giant. As they mature, they become stronger. Their strength increases hundreds of times compared to a normal person. In particular, Elbaf has a very elite army. They are commanded by the royal army under the management of Father Loki. Big Mom confirmed that if she had had Lola and Loki's wedding before, she would have easily used the giant army to crush Shanks, Kaido, and Whitebeard. This is enough to understand that this military power is the best in the world. Even a Yonko might not be able to defeat them. Luffy comes to Elbaf with the help of the giant pirate gang, but the Elbaf royalty may not welcome him. This is a major arc of One Piece. It certainly won't be easy to ally with the giants. It's a big obstacle that the Straw Hat crew needs to overcome. With the giants' intelligence not being highly rated as I analyzed above, it's very likely that the Elbaf royalty is being manipulated by someone behind the scenes, using cunning to deceive them. The Straw Hat crew's mission is to help liberate the Elbaf people from the domination of someone. Elbaf is an icy land according to the revelations in the images introducing this island. Like in Norse mythology about the Viking Age, combined with the initial analysis, giant warriors frozen for hundreds, even millions of years on a winter island could happen, right? In Elbaf, there is also an extremely large, majestic tree. In terms of existence time, it's clearly an extremely long time, can't be counted by centuries, but by millennia, that is, thousands of years, even millions of years. The oldest known tree in One Piece is the Knowledge Tree. It existed for over 5,000 years on Ohara, until it was destroyed by the bombs of the Buster Call 22 years ago. However, we also have the Eve Tree, whose existence time hasn't been confirmed. Perhaps it will be no less than the Knowledge Tree, and even many times more. In terms of size, the tree in Elbaf is hundreds of times larger than the Knowledge Tree, standing tall in the middle of Elbaf, the island of giants. Just seeing a part of the tree trunk that is so large is enough to understand that its size is very impressive. I think this is the legendary Adam Tree. According to Frankie, this tree exists in a war-torn land, where an endless battle took place with bombs and bullets. Everywhere was nothing but ruins. But the Adam Tree could still stand proudly, and then people returned to this place to continue building their country. Oda built the image of Elbaf as a war-torn land. It's a coincidence that the Adam Tree exists in a place where an endless war takes place. That's why Elbaf is where the Adam Tree has developed for thousands, millions of years and nowhere else. With its giant size, even larger than giants many times over, just a branch of the Adam Tree is a precious wood to sell on the black market. Its durability was used to create legendary ships like the Oro Jackson by the talented shipwright Tom. Later, his student Cutty Flam with the nickname Frankie and the Straw Hat crew built a ship called Sunny. The Adam Tree seems to be the bridge between the ground and the sky island with its height. Author Oda often uses world folklore for his work. If Elbaf is an island of giants, those called elves, then the story of Jack and the Beanstalk can't be missing. According to this plot, Jack planted a magic bean to grow into a giant tree, stretching up to an island in the sky. He climbed up there and fought with giants. I won't say too much, but just briefly about that story, to show that the Adam Tree also has a lot of connections with Skypiea. You may remember the time when Uruj witnessed Kaido's suicide on some sky island. His ship had a secret passage leading up to the sky island, or if not, the members of his crew must have a secret way up there. Of course, there are many ways to get to the sky island, like relying on the knock-up stream, but it's a dangerous path and can't be chosen as a passage. Uruj, after the battle with Snack and Cracker and Big Mom's crew, was seriously injured. Why would he play that way? The members of Uruj's crew don't have wings to fly on their own, isn't that strange? It's Uruj's understanding. This mad monk has a close connection with the Elbaf arc, who until now hasn't shown his role in the plot of One Piece, while most of the supernovas have shown their strength and relationships in the Wano arc. Therefore, the Adam Tree will be decoded in the Elbaf arc, along with the reason why giants worship the sun god, welcoming Luffy because he looks like the god they have commemorated for so long. Surely I will continue to research about Elbaf and bring you more exciting data. What are you looking forward to in the upcoming Elbaf arc? Please leave a comment. If you like this video, please support me with a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more exciting content about One Piece. I'm Amy Chan. See you again on the Grand Line.